Next case, I have to ask you for your opinion on the president cracking down on executive pay for companies which take bailout money. Where do you stand?
It is unconstitutional, and it violates the basic laws of economics.
Wait. What is unconstitutional? Wait a minute. What? Some banks are completely insolvent. They're out of business.
Correct.
Without taxpayer money.
Correct.
Does that not give the taxpayer the right to dictate the terms of operation of that business?
Yes, unless the terms that the government dictates violate some independent protection in the Constitution. For example, the government can't say to a welfare recipient, if you criticize the Congress, we'll cut off your welfare. The government also can't say to a bank, unless you violate that contract you already wrote between you and that CEO, we'll cut off your bailout money.
They're not saying that, Judge. They're not saying that. It's not retroactive. They can't go back and claw back past bonuses.
It doesn't matter. They can't do it prospectively either, because the right to contract is a fundamental freedom protected by the Constitution. Even Hamilton and Jefferson agreed that the government can't interfere with contracts.
If you are the management of that bank or financial institution, essentially you are the government. You are writing that contract.
Well, no. If you are loaning money to the Varney Bank, you can't say to the board of directors, you can't pay Varney more than $500,000. Look, if the owners of the Pittsburgh Steelers had taken the TARP money and capped their quarterback's salary at $500,000, Roethlisberger wouldn't have played in that game. He'd be in the Canadian League making good money, and the Cardinals would have won.
So I take it you oppose this.
The government runs one business. It doesn't allow competition. It caps the salaries. It loses $5 billion a year. It's called the post office. Is that what they want to turn the banks into?
So you're an absolute, flat-out free marketeer.
I would use stronger words than that. God bless you.
Really?
Well, sure. I mean, when the government puts its thumb on the private market, by entering the marketplace, it will write laws to favor where the thumb is. That's why it's illegal to compete with the post office for first-class mail. And because the post office has no competition in first-class mail, it loses $5 billion a year.
10 years ago, the government said, right, you can pay us an executive $1 million a year. Anything above that, and you don't get a tax deduction for what you pay him. They cap the tax deductibility of a salary at $1 million a year. What's wrong with that?
Because the government is run by politicians who don't understand business or the laws of economics.
That's got nothing to do with the Constitution, though. They are constitutionally okay to change the tax treatment of $1 million plus salary.
They are, but when they try to say to business people, we will decide who's worth $1 million a year, not you, they're exercising judgment that is not reposed in them by the Constitution, and because they're politicians and not economists or business people, they usually exercise wrong.
You know, I do believe we agree on this. It's extraordinary, isn't it?
It's wonderful.
What a pleasure. Will you come back?
If you'll invite me.
You got it. Thanks, George. Appreciate it. The Wall Street